Hello class, this is going to be my presentation on theory and action. My name is Edgar Torres and I hope you guys enjoy. First, it's the Frederick Taylor Scientific Management Theory. The theory emphasizes on economic efficiency and productivity. It was established in 1909. He published a scientific management theory in which he holds that the principal objects of management should be to secure the maximum prosperity of the employer alongside the prosperity of the employee. Next is the Taylorism principles, which was based on four principles: adopt scientific approach to work, match capability to jobs and train workers, monitor performance, allocate work between managers and employees. An example is operations of Environmental Protection Agency. Next is Gulick's POSDCORB. Here are the 7 steps he had. And this is a scientific framework used for effective executing business process. First is on top, and we're going clockwise. First is planning, which is establishing a sketch of work to be done. Next is organizing. After that is staffing, directing, and coordinating. Here's an example of this process: establishing a new department. Here the process would be research the required workforce. HR department organizes and staffs. The one responsible for the department directs its role and functions. The department head coordinates with other departments and reports to his supervisor. And the head budgets and controls the financing. On this slide is Max Weber's bureaucratic theory. The theory is based on strict rules and expert authority guidance. His thought was bureaucracy improves organizational performance. A good example today is the military system. There is no favoritism, strict rules and regulations are followed, and promotions based on merit. Here is also Weber's management principles. In the middle, it's the 5 key principles. On top, you have hierarchical structure. Next is management by rules, organization by functional speciality, purposely impersonal, and finally, employment based on technical qualifications. On this slide, flawless leadership. The role of leadership is to increase the sense of power among the lead. Mary Follet believed the role of leadership is to increase the sense of power among the lead. A leader should create more leaders. Here is a little sample of flawless leadership ideas. She was construct conflict, coordination, power, authority, and control, and leadership. She would think conflict is part of life and it should not result in the deleterious outcomes. Follet advances 3 ways of responding. A leader has to coordinate different groups and departments so as to achieve objectives. She gave 4 principles of coordinating, which were early stage, continuality, direct contact, and reciprocal relationship. She also paid emphasis on power, authority, and control, insisting that power with is better than power over. And finally, she also divided from the traditional view of power by stating that a leader is a man who can energize his group, who knows how to encourage initiative and how to draw from all what each has to give. This slide is Simon's Bundin rationality. Here you have the cognitive limitations, information imperfection, and time constraints, leading to bounded rationality. After satisficing, you get the sub-optional decision. And for his thought was that access to information and the computational capacity that are actually possessed by organizations, including man, in the kinds of environment in which such organisms exist. He believed people decide rationally only in a limited number of situations. They make decisions based on their assessment of the situation, which is the most times is a simplification. As such, when making a choice, when faced with inadequate information, people take the options that seem satisfactory instead of the best solution. Here is a little bit more explaining boundary rationality. Human rationality is limited by the ability of information. Human mind is limited in capacity by the time available to make decisions. For example, military commanders in the front lines sometimes have to make decisions based on incomplete information. Here is Wilson's the dichotomy. Woodrow Wilson argued that public administration and politics are distinct. Administrative questions are not political questions. Wilson felt politics and political and public administration are different fields and should be approached as so. He argued that administration is a field of business that lies outside the scope of politics and should be distanced from the hurry and strife of politics. Administration is concerned with implementing public law. Here are pages, and that's